We're going to start with number 1. We're going to solve this system by the means of substitution. Okay, not substitution, but elimination. Sorry, elimination. It's easier to solve it by elimination. You can use substitution, but it's a little more integral. So if you see here, you can eliminate what? What can we eliminate here? We can eliminate the negative 2x and the positive 2x. Remember, we're adding vertically, so that goes away. So adding opposite, that's nothing. So plus 8 add it to a negative 2 will give you a plus 6 equals, and these are two negatives here, so we're going to add them together and we get negative 36. Okay, now we want to get the y by itself, so we will divide both sides by 6. That gives us y is equal to 6, negative 6, because 36 was negative. Okay, we've got y equals negative 6. The next step, we want to know what x is. We have no idea what x is. So we're going to go to either one of these equations will work. Let's do the one with the smaller numbers. So we have negative 2x minus 2 times y. So that's a negative 2. That minus means that's a negative 2 times a negative 6. That's the value of y. Negative 2 times negative 6 give you a positive 12. I left a step out. Hopefully you can still follow it. Positive 12 equals negative 12. Okay, now we're going to solve for the x. So we need to make negative 12, add an opposite, negative 12 on both sides to cancel that out. So negative 2x equals negative 24. So now our x is going to be equal to a positive 12 because two negatives make a positive. We're going to divide both sides by negative 2. Okay, let's try this one here. We're going to still use our elimination method. So here, we'll have to change one of these signs because we have two negatives. Remember, we're adding vertically, like this, vertical. So if we were to add this vertically, I think I'll rewrite it. Okay, you see I've rewritten it here. So we going to add it vertically, but we need one of these y's to be a positive. So in order for that to happen, we got to multiply everything by negative 1, thereby changing every sign in this problem. All I did was made it opposite. So now it's easy for me to just cancel out the y's. Add the negative 8 and the negative 3 gives you a negative 11x equals 11 because that's to subtract the 5 from the 16. So divide negative 11 by both sides, and I'm running into the words, but I think you got it. So x is going to be negative 1. So we can sort of stop there. If you look at C, that's the only one that says negative 1. But I'm sure you all want to go and plug it in to make sure. So why don't we just do that? Why don't we just go and just plug it in and see if it works? So if x is negative 1, so I'm going to put in 3 times negative 1 will give you a negative 3 minus y equals 5. Now, what are we going to do on both sides to get y by itself? We're going to add 3. There we go, plus 3, thereby making negative y equal 8. So what's the opposite of a negative y? You got to multiply everything by negative 1 because you want the y to be positive. You know, in other words, you were reversing the sign of the 8. It was positive. Now it's negative. And it works. There, yay. Now this one you're going to have to do a little more work. So I would like to get rid of the 7. Now you could have gotten rid of the 5. It doesn't really matter. You get the same answer. So to get rid of the 7, what do we need to multiply by this whole expression here? You got to multiply by a negative 7 because you want this to become a negative 7y. So if I multiply 5 times negative 7, negative 35x minus 7y, so that's happening, we're going to delete it, equals, multiply everything, even the answer, that'll be a negative 63. So if you notice here, I went ahead and rewrote it. So now we can cancel it. Add the 35 and the 10. I'm going to put it down here. That's 45. It's a negative 45x equals, we're going to subtract 63 from, so 6 from 13 is going to be a negative 45. Now we're going to divide both sides by negative 45, and thereby we're going to have that x, the value of x, is a what? Positive 1. So if you look here, that's the only one that really works, is a positive 1, but you can always go back and plug in. Now see if you can do the rest of it without any help.